High value people are not necessarily people that are richer than you, luckier than you, or more important than you, but it's simply because they understand the one thing that most people ignore, which is etiquette. These were rules that you were probably not explicitly taught, but when you apply these rules in your life, people are going to change the way they treat you. Here is the hard truth. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how hardworking you are, or how beautiful you are. If you don't know these rules, people may underestimate you. But if you do know, you will get a huge advantage and you'll end up becoming the kind of person that people respect and admire. Hi, my name is Jasmine, and on this channel, we talk all about becoming the woman of your dreams and building a life that you absolutely love. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 etiquette hacks that instantly make you a high value woman. Whether you're in an interview or on a date or just walking in a room, these are the rules that I live by that completely transform the way people respond to you. I've also included chapters for this video so you can skip around. You can also find the timestamps in the description below. And if you're somebody who's ready to do the real work, I'm not just talking about watching these videos, but actually transforming. I provide in-depth worksheets for every single one of my videos. I provide introspective journaling prompts as well as practical exercises to help you start removing your limiting beliefs and to write out an action plan so you can start living out as your highest self today. You can access these worksheets down in the description below. Now let's dive into the video. The very first etiquette is to make sure you stand and greet everyone. For example, if you're at a restaurant or you're in a business meeting, when someone enters the room, make sure you stand up to acknowledge their presence. This shows that you're grounded, you're confident, and that you're a leader, but at the same time, it shows that you're not too self-important to acknowledge other people. And on the flip side, when they see you standing up, they feel more respected. And by making other people feel important, it also elevates the way people perceive you. The second etiquette is to be proactive in showing your gratitude. Gratitude shows that you're somebody who's rare, sincere, but also a little bit unexpected. And when you take the step forward and you acknowledge people for serving you and helping you, it shows that you are a kind-hearted and genuine person. It's actually more and more rare for people to really show kind and genuine gratitude for others. And the reason why is because people find it a little awkward or they just get really shy about it. But how you can stand out and elevate your presence is you can be that person that takes the lead and shows their gratitude anyways. There's this huge misconception where people think that being a high value woman is about pretending and being entitled and being rude about it too. Being a high value woman is the complete opposite to being entitled. But it's the act of showing deep gratitude and love for everyone. When you are showing your appreciation, look at them in the eye and say it like you mean it. People don't always remember what you say specifically, but people always remember how you made them feel. Your attitude of gratitude not only makes other people feel good, but it also uplifts your own energy and vibration. And having that energy can shift you directly from scarcity to abundance so that when you're talking to people, people can feel the infinite love that exists within your heart. The third hack is to say your name like it's a brand that you love. I want you to think of a brand that completely excites you. So is it Lululemon? Is it Rare Beauty? When you're passionate and excited about a certain brand, you come up with a very different energy. And the reason why you should use that same exact energy when you're sharing your name is because you want to come off as proud. You want to sound like you honor yourself and that you respect yourself. Essentially, introduce and say your name like you fully own it. How you introduce yourself sets the tone in how people think of you and how people treat you. So if you're introducing yourself and you're downplaying your name, you're downplaying your voice, you're fiddling with your thumbs, or you're closing off your chest, you're crossing your arms, what this does is it actually discounts your value. So how do you make a strong introduction? There are 3 parts to this. The first is to use an assertive tone. And I like to do this with a lower tone range, and it helps me slow down, and it also helps me sound really sure of myself. The second part is eye contact. So when you're making eye contact and as you're speaking your name, you're essentially locking in your name in their head. The third part is a firm handshake. Have you ever shaken someone's hand where it was flimsy, like they weren't properly gripping onto your hand, but it made you feel like you were grabbing onto a wet sock. What this subconsciously communicates is that they're not really interested in getting to know you. They don't really want to touch your hand, or it can indicate that they're really shy or not confident. But on the other hand, have you felt a firm and strong handshake? It makes you feel like they want to talk to you, they want to get to know you more, and that they're strong and capable. And when you're saying your introduction, just keep it simple. Say, "Hi, my name is Jazz. Very nice to meet you." The very powerful part when you integrate all three of these things is that people won't need to hear your name again or ask you to repeat yourself. Because when you say it clearly and when you look at them in the eye and you sound assertive, people will naturally pay attention more. People remember names that come with conviction. A quick bonus tip, it is important to remember everybody's names that you meet. If you need, just write it down on a piece of paper or write it in your notes app to make sure you remember. This really demonstrates and shows that you really value that connection and you really valued your conversation with them. And it makes people feel seen and important. The fourth etiquette is the one sentence compliment rule. Well-respected people always find opportunities to spread positivity and to spread joy. They are people that observe and affirm. So how should you use this? When you meet someone new, give one sincere sentence of appreciation about something they clearly value. And after your one-liner compliment, just drop it and move on. A really strong way to make sure that people remember your compliment is to focus on three key areas: style, effort, and energy. What's really powerful about one-liner compliments is that it makes people feel seen, but at the same time, it doesn't make you come off like you're trying too hard. Some examples are, "I loved our conversation. There's so much to ponder." Or, "I love the way that you write. It's so engaging." You also get extra brownie points if you can send a genuine compliment that a lot of people don't really notice. Complimenting somebody on their hair, their makeup, their outfit, these are all physical features that everyone sees. But the way you make yourself stand out is to think of compliments that a lot of people don't receive very often, but you know will feel extra good to them. The fifth etiquette is to never show up to an event empty-handed. When you're invited to a birthday party, a dinner party, or some sort of casual gathering, it is important to bring some sort of gift, some sort of food. Do not show up empty-handed. If someone is kind enough to host their space, to have you here, then show your appreciation by giving them something in return. So bringing a small gift doesn't have to be pricey. Bring something that fits the host's vibe. So for example, it could be a bottle of their favorite wine, fresh flowers, or even bring some sort of pastry. The key here is to make it feel personalized, not transactional. The sixth etiquette is to keep some areas of your life private. Mystique builds magnetism, and when you're not constantly showing all your cards at once, people will feel more intrigued to get to know you more. High-value women share enough to connect, but not enough to overexpose their entire life. With all of your relationships, whether these are new relationships, old relationships, platonic, not platonic, I want you to start seeing yourself as an onion. Every time people meet you and interact with you, see this as an opportunity to see one layer of your onion. Feed them bits of information every single time and don't just word vomit and share your life story, share your traumas, share your problems. This actually makes people feel excited interacting with you because they feel like they're always learning something new about you. Because I know a lot of people feel the fear when things get awkward or when the conversation dies down, then they feel obligated to share something, literally anything. So instead of getting all nervous, fill this time up with questions and really get to know the other person. Show that you're curious in their life. The seventh etiquette is to dress one level higher than the room. First impressions are so important, and people already formulate that impression in the first 0.2 seconds of seeing you. Now, this isn't to say that you need to overdress in every single occasion, but ask the host what the occasion or what the dress code's gonna be like, and just level it up one step further. If the event is casual, you can find some way to elevate the look by adding a bit more jewelry, doing your hair, wearing clean clothes, wearing nice shoes, finding some way to elevate the style one step further. You'll be able to stand out without needing to say a single word. The 8th etiquette is to seal every conversation with a message. When you meet somebody and you have an amazing conversation with them, find some way to close the loop by showing your appreciation. So make sure to send a follow-up text, a thank you note, or even a confirmation message. I really like to send follow-up messages when I'm meeting someone new, or if I just finish a hangout with a friend and I just want to show my appreciation for them. I want to show them how much I care about them, how much I respect them, and how much their presence has changed my life. You can say, thank you so much again for today. I really enjoyed our conversation. I hope I get to see you soon. The 9th etiquette is to change the way you introduce people to each other. The reason why this works is because high-value people love to act as a bridge and they love introducing people with other people. So when you are introducing two people that you know, but they clearly don't know each other, don't just stop at sharing their names, but you can share a one-liner of what they do or maybe something interesting about them. You can say something along the lines of this. Emma, this is Lucas. He's the friend I told you about that just came back from hiking in Patagonia. Lucas, this is Emma. Emma's also really passionate about traveling and she just came back from Morocco. What this does is that it already helps the two people find some sort of common ground. You are seen as a connector, and you also come off as someone who is always open to new connections. And the very last rule is to exit with clarity. You can use this after a conversation or when you're leaving a party. The way you leave matters just as much as the way that you come in. So make sure that your last impression is also good. So before you leave a conversation, before you head out of the party, acknowledge your gratitude for that person that either hosted you or talked to you. Leave a warm one-liner to express how much you valued being there. Never leave without a proper goodbye. Even though you might be a little shy, a little awkward, it's important that you make your exit known. Some things you can say are, I do have to leave, but I had an amazing conversation with you. I hope we get to finish this conversation soon. Then just exit with confidence. Don't hover, don't over-explain. When you exit warmly and you show your appreciation to others, it shows in signals that they've done a good thing, that they have made an impact in some way. And then you'll be remembered as someone who adds good energy. Now we've reached the end of this video. I would love to know in the comments down below, what is one etiquette rule that you swear by? And if you are serious about the shift, download my worksheets down in the description below. And if you are currently on the journey of becoming the woman of your dreams and building a life that you absolutely love, check out my channel because I make a ton of videos about self-worth, relationships, money, literally all things high-value women energy. And if you love this video, I highly recommend checking out my last video, 7 things you should never tell anyone to increase your mystery and elegance. This is for my ladies who have the tendency to overshare, but actually want to start protecting their mystery and to come off as someone who is quietly confident. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope I get to see you in the next video. Bye!